Hi, I'm Daisy, and today I'm going to be showing you how to draw a pot of gold with a rainbow coming out of it, since St. Patrick's Day is coming up. You can use any material you would like to for the coloring. I'm using markers. And for the drawing, you're going to need a pencil, eraser, and Sharpie. Or if you're not allowed to use Sharpie, you can always just use a black marker. Okay, let's get started. So you're going to start with your pencil. So you want to draw like a letter C, and it should be like right above like your hand if you put your hand on the bottom of the paper. Okay? So let's do that. You guys can draw lightly with the pencil because we're going to use trace over it with the Sharpie. I'm just drawing it dark so you guys can see it. So here, so this is what this is what it looks like. So should it something like that so far. Next, you can draw a line down that's like about as long as your, like a little shorter than your pinky or yours. Actually, a line as long, basically as long as a little shorter than your thumb. So it should look like then this, and then it's kind of like a bucket. So you might think that we do like a straight line, but when we connect it, we're actually gonna do a curve. See, like right there, like a curve. So then we're gonna connect it with a curve, like that. So once you got it connected, go a little past, and then the line we want it to be about as long as like your pointer finger. Like maybe about this long, and then we're gonna use it. And then this time, instead of doing a curve going down, we're gonna do a curve going up, and then we do the line, and then we want it to be like, another C right next to the other C on that side. So if it's not lined up with the other C, make sure it's lined up. And then it will look something like this. Then, this part may seem a little tricky, but it's not. Then you can just connect, and I know you're going to be thinking, but what about the coins? But what about the coins? In the picture, we actually say, I'll show you what we do. It's kind of, you may not understand at first, so we're just going to connect it with like a nice smooth curve, like that, and then it should look like this. It kind of looks like an upside down leprechaun hat or toast. So now, since we got it, we're gonna add like curvy D's inside our C's. Just like that, like this. And if you make a mistake, you could always erase. And now it's the part that we add the coins. So for the coins, it may be a little tricky to get like the right shape. So don't do your coins super small. You should do them kind of big. Like you see how in this picture they were like small, like I did kind of like big. And so now you're gonna add like a long wide U inside it. Like that. And now if it's bigger, that's fine also. You just have more room for more coins. Now for the coins, it's actually very simple. You just need to make sure to do big circles, but make sure it's not like really big, like not that big, totally. Like, let me show you an example. And so like about the size. And then you can continue drawing your coins. I'm going to be drawing it, you can also. Yes, you could draw them overlapping each other. You can draw them however you want. And for the coins, I didn't do this, but if you want, you could like draw like little smaller circles inside to make it look a little more like realistic. And you can always pause the video if I'm going too fast. Remember that. Okay. Once you got your coins done, you can go on to the rainbow. Now the rainbow, if you know how many colors are in the rainbow, great. Because we almost forgot something. So in the pot, you actually have some shadows. So we're gonna do. Let me show you an example. It's kind of like a very curvy. It's like a very curvy and small pickle, but it's not green or anything like that. Here, could you see? There. And then you're gonna do one underneath, or you could add like a little circle. I'm doing a smaller one underneath, like this. Once you finish that, I think everyone knows here that there are 7 colors in the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, blue, and blue, red, orange, green, orange, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. So we are going to draw 7 spaces like I did here. So we're gonna do 1 line, 2. So here's how you draw 1 line. You may just think, oh, it's a line. No, you need to draw 2 lines to complete the first one. But then for the rest, you don't. Now orange. So we got red and orange. Yellow, we got yellow space. Green space. Blue space, and last but not least, purples. Okay, now it's time to color. As I said, I'm using markers. If you have the same markers at home, we're going to start with the pot. And if you have the same markers, then we're going to be using NG09 for the pot of gold. So you can use either side if you have the same marker. If not, just use your crayons or different markers in color. And you probably don't need to know, and it's really simple colors, so I'm just getting the color that I don't have. Okay, there. Okay, and if that color does not work that well, which is this one actually doesn't, then you can always use your Sharpie. Oh wait, sorry. Okay. And if you want, at the end you could trace over it in Sharpie your drawing, or you can just color and leave it how it is, because it's already gonna look pretty. And this one I actually traced over in Sharpie. Now again, it's up to you if you trace over in Sharpie. This time I actually might leave it how it is. So you can continue coloring. Okay? Okay, back. Let's continue coloring it black. Okay, and the details that are inside it, you may want to trace over them before you color around them. Okay? So like the pickle-like shaped things and your D's. And you might want to just outline your whole thing, but don't color in the gold coins. Okay, I'm just outlining my whole bucket. See, it will pop more once you add all the color and everything. Remember not to get the coins. And if you did trace over using marker in Sharpie and you're using marker, just in case if they might, make sure your black and yellow don't touch each other because they might blend and turn into green. So let's continue coloring our black pot. For St. Patrick's Day, I'm so excited to see if I can find a 4-leaf clover. So let's continue coloring the black pot. And for the colors, when we're coloring with not black, if you want your colors to be even, again, only if you're using a marker, then make sure you just make sure not to go over different layers, different times in only certain places. I mean, it will still look good, but if you want yours to be even. Okay, let's continue coloring. Okay. Make sure to go around those things that you outline. I told you to outline because that makes it easier for because that makes it easier for me to just color around it. For you it may not, but for me it does. So let's continue coloring. Remember, if I'm going too fast, you could always fast forward. You can always pause the video. And if I'm going too slow and you already finished, you can always fast forward the video. And if not, you could just and if I'm going too slow, but you already finished and you don't want to fast forward, you could just hang it there. Okay, I'm almost done coloring. If you're not, you could either pause or just pause when I finish. You can see it's time for the next step. Okay, so I finished my coloring the pot. Now we need to color the gold inside it. Now, on the camera, I think it would be helpful if I actually trace over this in Sharpie. So I'm actually just going to do that now real quick. And if you want to, you also can. Because I think it would actually be easier. So I'm just going to trace over the whole picture in Sharpie. so the pencil is like a guideline for you, like you could just trace over the picture. This will actually not take that long. You just trace over your lines of the rainbow in the coins, and you're done. And you can always add a background if you want. I just did add a background so we can keep it nice and simple. Okay, and yes, you can always draw a little leprechaun. So I finished tracing over all my lines. Now we can continue coloring. So now you can actually use your yellow. Those of you again who are using the same markers, it's Y106. And we're going to use this for our coins. And it's the same color we're actually using for our rainbow. So you can either wait or color it in. If you don't know which space it goes in, but you probably do know which space it goes in, then you could just wait for the step when we color it in. I'm waiting for the step where we color it in. So those of you who are not going to color it in yet can just watch. Okay, now it's time to start a rainbow. In the rainbow colors, we always start with red. And those of you are copying, it's R218. Open it. And now we're gonna go inside our first line. So this is how mine looks so far. I'm still coloring in the red. We're almost done. We just need to finish the rainbow. And remember, you can always add a background. If you want, you could add a leprechaun next to it. Or you can add it where they say the end of the rainbow is. Or you could just leave it how it is. Okay.
There's no actual end of the rainbow.
Gosh. Okay. And so I'm almost done again. I'm gonna use this side because this other side of my marker does not work that well. And if your marker has little white gaps, you can either leave it how it is or try it with a different marker. I'm just going over mine real quick since it has little white gaps. I want it to be all filled in. Okay, we're almost done. Next, we're going to use our orange. Those of you who are following along, it's Y906. Okay, let's start coloring the second line. My orange works really good compared to my red. We're almost done. Okay, almost done. Okay, now we're gonna use our yellow for our third line. And those of you who are following along again, it's Y106. Oh, this looks like squeaky. I gotta try the other side. Okay, and we're going to continue coloring the line in the rainbow. Okay. Now we're going to use green for the fourth line in the rainbow. Those of you that are following along, it's G506. Okay, we're almost done. Just 2 more lines to go. Okay. This isn't so far. Okay, we're almost done. Just color that blue. And those of you who are following it along, it's B2 to 7. Okay, now let's continue coloring. We're almost done. Oh, and I forgot one of the most important steps earlier. You should always write your name on your paper, but we can leave that then since we're basically almost done. And then for the last stripe, for 7th stripe for purple, those of you who are following along, it's R839. Okay. And once you finish coloring that line in, just write your name and we're finished. When you finish coloring that purple and the line. Okay. And ta-da! Now we just need to write our name. You can write yours on mine. And there you go. You have a pot of gold with a rainbow coming out of it. Make sure to subscribe and give a thumbs up. Thank you for coming.